Heyo and welcome to another episode of Build and Battle, our Manor Lords Let's Play, where we will build a beautiful medieval city while battling off bandits, brigands, and no-good doers. In the last episode, we got a taste for the battling system in this game, and we also expanded upon our little hamlet a lot with the new burgage plots, trades, and new production goods. In today's episode, I want to expand even further upon our hamlet, but first I want to come in and I want to rename our settlement based on a comment we recently received. This was such a phenomenal name suggestion, so thank you. So we're going to come right on up here and change this over. Alright, now that we have renamed our settlement, let's dig into today's episode as we will be getting our first clay and iron industrial line set up, building our manor house, and upgrading our first burgage plots to level 2. Per our usual, we have a good amount of building to do today, and I want to start by getting our stone camp going as we are going to be needing this for our clay and other upgrades in our settlement. Now, our stone camp is nice and close to our market, so I think we can just, perhaps draw up 2 lines here and get it all connected in. So let's come on in and let's do that by coming into construction. This one I think is actually under gathering. Ignore what I just said. Definitely not under gathering. Why would it be under gathering? It will definitely be under mining. Anywho, so we're going to want to put this somewhere relatively close. So what I'll actually start is I'm going to just build, how about a road right from here? We can connect in this side of the stable that we built last episode. And just kind of square that off just like so. Probably even bring this all the way in here and kind of finish off that little block there. And then if the stonecutter's camp is going to be in this area, I think what I'll do is put it up behind the stone for aesthetics. Now, we probably should have built this earlier on, if I'm being completely honest. But I hadn't even thought about it. But we should have built this probably when we set up our first forestry industry. Now that we are gathering stone, I want to come in next and lay out our clay industry as we are going to start needing clay to upgrade our settlement. So the first thing we're going to need to do is actually create our clay pit. And we have a deposit right out here. So if we come right back into that mining tab and get the mining pit, we can put this right on top. And get that started just like so. Oop. Now, clay only has 1 line of production, and that means that we are going to want to come in to our industry and get a clay furnace in here so that we can start. Oh, I actually really like how that looks there. So that we can start getting the clay converted into clay tiles. And I am totally just going to come in here real quick and demolish that because I really like how that clay furnace fits so nicely in there. So we're going to turn off that snap to road. Oh, we're going to have to wait a second for more of that stone to come in. So let's give that a second to kind of level itself up, and we'll meet back up in a moment. Yeah, that just looks wicked nice. That just came out really good. Anyway, the next thing I would like to add is start getting our iron ore up and running, and our iron ore is out in this area here. So we're going to do something similar as we did with the clay pit, as the mining pit here actually takes care of both clay and iron ore. So we are going to put this in right about here and start getting that line of industry up and running. And the iron ore industrial train actually has two industry buildings, the bloomery, which creates iron slabs, and the smithy, which creates tools. I know we are going to want both of these here, so let's get these on in and start producing these items. All right, so I think that's how we'll lay that out for now. Kind of like how non-square this little unit ended up here. To unlock further trades down the line, we need to start leveling some of our burgage plots. So we do have a few plots ready. So what I want to do is actually just come on in here and start getting some of these up to level 2 here. Okay, looks like we've got a few of those going, so we'll let that kind of do its thing in the background. And we are in for a rough winter. Got a lot going on right now. So I'm going to try and offset some of that by upgrading, now that we have some more regional wealth, upgrading some of these to start producing more food supply for us. So let's come on in and start upgrading as much as we can. Okay, so we have these over here upgrading for now. All right, and then we do need to provide some more burgage plots so people can move in. This is going to be a little hairy because we don't have a lot of food right now. Hopefully, because we did just take in a crop, so I'm really hoping that the communal oven starts producing some bread soon. So hopefully that will kick in. So we are going to do this build a little bit slower and just come on in. Okay, I ended up going a little heavier than I was expecting. Hopefully this will work out. Let's let that build in, and I will touch base with everyone in a quick moment. All right, so real quick, I have the game paused right now because we have somehow made it through winter, which is kind of a miracle. And I've unassigned the families at the mining pits as they did run out of resources to gather. However, we also have some brigands coming in to try to mess with us, I believe. We've gained a little bit more in our militia. So what I would like to do is rally our troops, and I'm going to rally them right up here. And hopefully we do okay. Okay, I don't like that they're trying to rout us right now. So I'm going to reposition us. I'm going to have us stand our ground.
This is heavier than it looked.
I really don't like that they're trying to rout us. I don't have enough units to break off. If I try to break one unit off, these guys are going to just thoroughly crush these guys just due to sheer numbers. Okay, well, they're coming back over here, which is helpful, because then they're not going to just come in and start wreaking havoc. Okay, so that hurt. That hurt a lot. So we have rebuilt a little bit, added a few more burgage plots, as well as reorganized our army a bit. So let's talk a little bit about what that bandit raid has taught us a bit. Okay, so the first thing we definitely learned there was the enemy armies are wicked rude. They will sit there and burn everything and then go back, burn it again. So to prevent this, we do need a much bigger and much more diverse army, which yes, I knew I should have acted on that much sooner, but I did get distracted by building pretty things. I'll own that. Going forward, we have to make sure we are prioritizing an army quickly, building it big, and keeping it diverse so that we can benefit from all the different stats each type of militia provide us. We also have to build our manor house really early when we start a new game or start a settlement because we are missing out on multiple abilities that we really need. We need the manor house to hire mercenaries, which could have helped us defeat the bandits instead of waiting for them to get bored with us and move on. We also need the manor house so we can build regional wealth, expand our territories, and set up pack trade between the territories to save regional money on the goods that we can't produce. This also allows us to put money in our treasury, which we are going to need because we are now most certainly on the defensive, which is going to be actually kind of fun. Because we need to claim every single land back from the Baron. All right, so in regards to warfare, we are now certainly on the defensive as the Baron has claimed all but our settlement. So we need to get our manor house constructed and get ourselves into a position to be able to fight him off. So let's come on in and start by constructing the manor house and get some garrison towers in. All right, welcome to the Castle Planner. This is a work in progress feature. Here you can edit the layout of your castle and plan the construction of new wings and towers. When you press commit, the old layout will disappear and the new one will be constructed. For now, the cost is also fixed. Okay, so I would like a garrison tower, I think, directly. Okay, so let's actually come through real quick and look at what we can build. So we can do walls and gates. Use this tool to lay out castle walls. Gates are created automatically when a wall is placed over a road. Every gate adds 1 timber to the construction cost. You can do an outer tower, provides 10 garrison space. Garrison units and villagers shoot projectiles at approaching enemies. A garrison tower, which I don't have enough planks for right now. But that increases our retinue size by 12, so I am definitely going to want one of these. And a tax office, which right now is just cosmetic. All right, so let's build... Okay, so I think we're just going to do the manor house for now because we are desperate for some planks, and we'll get the garrison tower also in the background. All right, so that is now all built up. We have gained 250 influence and taxation. So click on the taxes tab after selecting your manor to set levels of taxation. Taxes can boost your treasury and influence at the cost of making your population poorer. Yes. I am gonna do that right away. But how do we want to do it? So we can do a land tax, which is collected from regional wealth, or we can do a tithe, percentage of surplus food that is given to the church in return for influence. Both, because I'm a greedy, greedy manor lady. So we'll have a -8 approval loss, but we have a lot of approval, so I think we'll be okay. And if we do a little bit more expansion, we can take care of most of this. All right, so while we were expanding our burgage plots, we did also gain a settlement level, and thus I do want to come in and spend that development point. And I'm kind of thinking we should work on basic armor making, because it's going to hopefully make our armies a bit stronger, and we are going to need that if we plan to take back this entire map. Alrighty, so I think this is where we will leave today's episode. A lot has happened. We built a bunch and got our butts kicked by bandits, so thank you everyone for joining me. If you liked the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and if you are new to the channel, please subscribe for future content, and let me know your thoughts on the video in the comments below. Until next time, I hope everyone has a phenomenal week.